Бомба вам, Латуна, с вами Максим, обычный человек-стример Максим. Сегодня у нас четвертый эпизод прохождения The Council. Да, я начал без наушников, но это временно, просто хочу понять, возможно, стоит просто затычки какие-то взять и все. Ну, типа, как приятнее будет так или не так. Ну, в общем... Сегодня будем проходить четвертый эпизод. Посмотрим, что оно там, куда там оно, зачем-то там. Короче, одеваю наушники и поехали. Ну, потому что, черт подери, звук нужен. Звук нужен. Обязательно нужен звук. Так, хорошо. Что у нас есть? Ну, типа, это чисто для меня эксперимент. Посмотрю, как круче. Возможно, потом как-то сориентируемся. Я не понял, что со звуком. Что так далеко? Вот, хорошо, все, успокоился. В предыдущем эпизоде отсекирили мне руку. Ну, типа, я не отгадал правильно загадку. Потому что там с этой чертовой луной, и там вроде бы даже не было возможности убрать там руку или что-то типа в таком духе. Ну, короче, да. Сейчас нам напомнят все равно, что там, куда там. Так, хорошо, нельзя выбрать психология на высшем уровне. Я психолог высшего уровня. Будни тайной полиции. Нам еще, кстати, где-то можно найти 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 книг. Пока я не знаю, где их найти. Ну ладно.
I sense that Mr. Peru is about to surprise us too.
I believed in him. I followed him to the best of my ability. I championed his ideas, defended his decisions, and then, without even realizing it, I became lost.
Now that I've told you everything, you want to take my place, do you? No. I am Emily. You are wasting your time. Louis knows very well how to tell us apart.
Someone had the bang coming from the Duchess's room, and she isn't answering.
Louis, you really must learn to conceal your weaknesses better, if you don't want your foes to use them against you.
Our desire is to steer the destiny of our respective countries for the good of all, and to no longer suffer the random hazards of history.
It is the natural order of things, Monsieur de Richet. There have always been men who govern other men. That is simply the way it is.
History forgets them with a disconcerting facility. No one speaks about them, and yet they whisper in the ears of kings and presidents.
Ладно.
Filthy swine! I'm going to open this damn door and skin you alive! You're not going to get the better of us!
Mother?
Louis, you've come around. How do you feel?
It hurts. Mother? I can't feel my arm.
Louis, I had to cauterize it with what I could find.
Блин,
Where's
какого
my arm?
черта?
We'll get through this, Louis. Don't worry. I think I found a solution. You'll see.
We gotta leave. No, don't put your arm in there.
Louis, we can't leave without it. It's our last chance. I need to see this through to the end. I must do it. We've done it, Louis. Look,
Stubborn as a mule.
come on, up you get. I'll help you. Easy does it. You've lost a lot of blood.
Lot of blood.
And now what?
Let's take what we came for.
Ну, типа...
Wait. I've gotta know what I did wrong.
That is one fearsome mechanism. In fact, if I hadn't watched you beforehand, I would never have found the right combination.
Tell me, where did I go wrong? But I had linked the theme of the crucifixion to its date, its place, and its symbol.
You know, I didn't do any better than you on the first go, and it took 2 failures to get it right. You needed the middle disc of the lunar
Да
calendar.
понятно, что лунного календаря.
To conclude, I had to use the armillary sphere to find the moon corresponding to the day
Первая
of
четверть.
crucifixion,
Так я тоже так
which
поставил.
turned out to be in the first quarter. All that was left to do was to link all those elements on the same axis.
Да идите в баню, короче. Справа налево, справа налево. Ненавижу. Справа налево. Чтобы вы все здоровы были. Справа налево. Склеп.
But where are we?
Спаленные мосты.
We better not hang around. Be careful, Mother. As if me saying that will make any difference. Knowing Mortimer, I wouldn't be surprised if he rigged his crypt with traps.
So you think the door is not enough?
Do you want to wager your other hand?
You've got a point there. We have to find that weapon. What do you know about the Holy Lance, Louis?
The what?
The Lance of Longinus the Centurion.
Oh, that? That's what we come to find? The lance that a centurion stuck in the side of Christ at his crucifixion?
That's it.
Seriously?
Копье судьбы, я
You don't
знаю
really
тоже.
believe that fable, do you?
Every fable is founded on true events. I'm not saying that everything adds up, but imagine if it really did exist.
Very well. Now what?
Well, now you know what you need to find.
Pardon?
I have to get to the wharf to prepare our departure. Let's get off this cursed island as quickly as we can. We shall come back when we are ready and armed.
But hang on.
Louis, let's first get to safety. We shall come back when we have the upper hand. Fear not. You take care of getting the lance. It's imperative. I'll take care of preparing our departure.
Hang on. At least tell me everything you know about this lance.
But I have never seen it. There's nothing else I can say, Louis. Well, you can always go snooping around Mortimer's study.
Теперь я понял, почему она
I remember seeing
скрывалась.
paintings of Longinus there.
Hang on a second.
What's the matter?
Why did you shoot Emily's sister?
Do you really think now is the right time for this?
All right. We'll do it your way.
One more thing. If they find you in possession of the lance, they won't let you get away with it. Choose only one and hide it under your jacket so you don't get caught with it. Then run and meet me on the wharf.
And if I get caught?
If they catch you in possession of the lance, we're all doomed. Do you understand?
Perfectly.
Good. And go talk to Piaggi. He's the one who probably knows the most about this.
Да, но как мне, типа, расспросить кого-то? Давайте здесь осмотримся. Типа, у меня нет руки теперь.
I can see that this lance has a so-called leaf shape. It is made entirely of iron. I can see that the tip is engraved with the symbol of the sun.
Так, интересно, здесь очень много наконечников, да? Я так понял. Будет слишком много наконечников. Сейчас мы тогда посмотрим, что там, куда там.
This sarcophagus is engraved with the name of Clemens III. Good God! The one whose cross allowed me to enter. That was the Pope from the Middle Ages who inspired the Third Crusade. He gave the Roman people the power to elect their magistrates. This sarcophagus is beautifully made, but ancient. Stone is marked by the passage of time, but it's really well preserved.
Сейчас пройдемся, а потом уже типа будем... А потом уже будем думать относительно того, что здесь можно сделать. Ну, блин, я потерял руку. Я понял, почему мать начала скрываться. Ну, типа, она потеряла руку, и поэтому, ну, встречать кого-то с потерянной рукой, это обозначает то, что, типа... Сейчас глянем, что это за наконечник.
I can see that this spear has a so-called leaf shape. It is copper-rimmed. I can see the tip is engraved with the symbol of the Eye of Ra. I can see that this spear has a so-called leaf shape. It is copper-rimmed. I can see the tip is engraved with the symbol of the Eye of Ra.
Символ Ра, глаз, типа. Ну, я попытался.
This one has no name. I wonder who it was for.
У меня еще там та сторона есть, поэтому я пробежусь. Я пробегусь. Какая-то бэт-пещера, черт подери. Пойдет, хоть какие-то ресурсы. Ну, что-то в последнее время я их, типа, тратить очень сильно начал. Поэтому как-то так.
Well, here we can see this lance has a leaf shape, is gold rimmed, and a fish is engraved on the tip.
Рыба. Либо это будет медь, либо это будет железо. Скорее всего, железо.
Flavius Aetius. It was cut a long time ago. You can tell by the rough hacks of the tool and the patina of the stone. This sarcophagus is very ancient. I'd say it's several centuries old. I remember. He was the Roman general who defeated Attila and his hordes in the terrible battle of the Catalonian plains. Flavius Aetius, the one they call the last of the Romans. He was assassinated by his own emperor, who was jealous of all his victories. But how did he end up here?
Ну, скорее всего, кто-то коллекционирует трупы. Кто-то коллекционирует трупы, правильно? Сейчас, секунду, я знаю, что там типа дергается, но мне нужно сделать так, чтобы... Вот, а то я типа провод... Короче... Мышка на краю лежит, и мне надо будет вместе с мышкой типа тянуть провод. Это неудобно немного. Сбивает, так сказать, настрой.
We can see that this lance has a leaf shape, and well, it's in gold. I can see that a crucifix is engraved on the tip, just barely visible.
Золотой с распятиями. Блин, ты понимаешь, предыдущую загадку я решил. Единственная проблема, я не понимал, как, типа... Здорово. Не понимал, с какой стороны луна, типа, заходит. Справа налево, правильно, справа налево. Идет тень, справа налево.
Let's take a look at this lance here. It has a very special leaf shape. It is copper rimmed, and I can see a fish symbol engraved on the tip.
Короче, не нравится мне это.
I can see that this lance has the shape of a boar spear. The blade is partially coated in copper, and I can just make out the symbol of the Eye of Ra engraved on the tip. I can see this lance has a spear shape, it is copper rimmed, and it has been engraved with the symbol of the Christian fish on the tip. This lance has a leaf shape. It is copper rimmed. The symbol of the Christian fish is engraved on the tip.
Какой же из этих...
I can see that this lance has a so-called leaf shape. It is clearly made of iron, and I can make out a sun engraved on the tip.
Так, хорошо. Хорошо. Ну, не очень хорошо, но все же. Что это нам все дает? Нам нужно будет у Пьяджи узнать, какой истинный наконечник.
The sarcophagus of Lord Mortimer. It's the only sarcophagus in this crypt which appears to bear the Mortimer family name. What ancestor can it be? There's no inscription. Let's see what we can find here. It's the only sarcophagus in this crypt which appears to bear the Mortimer family name. What ancestor can it be? There's no inscription. Let's see what we can find here. It's far too heavy. I'm not going to be able to do it on my own.
Да, если бы еще у меня вторая рука была, вообще бы классно было бы. Так, хорошо. А, стоп, погоди, что?
The sarcophagus of Lord Mortimer.
Он открыт! Он пустой. Чего?
What about this lance? It's got a spear shape, and the blade is partly made of copper. A barely visible crucifix is engraved on the blade.
Типа он потянул, вытянуть не смог, но в итоге открыл саркофаг, и теперь я не могу посмотреть. Чё за бред? Ладно, давайте теперь к Пьяджи сбегаем. Такое что-то. Что это такое? А здесь я был?
The sarcophagus has been ravaged by time. It's sort of ageless, I guess. It's entirely sculpted. can see that this lance has a particular spear shape. It is coated in gold. You can distinguish the symbol of the fish engraved on the tip, barely noticeable.
А вот здесь мы и не были. Ладно, мы сейчас отвязаем 2 меда. И нам нужно... Стоп, что? А это куда ведет? А, закидано, все. Понял. Блин, круто было бы, если бы у нас была возможность... Что это? Телепортация, понял.
The Bible must mean the lance which finally took the life of Christ. The Gospel of St. John is the most detailed on the subject of the crucifixion. When they came to Jesus and saw that he was dead already, they broke not his legs, but one of the soldiers with a shimmering lance pierced his side, and forthwith there came out blood and water. And he that saw it bore witness, and his record is true, and he knoweth that he saith true, that ye might believe. A shimmering lance? What is this telling me? The name of the Roman soldier who killed Christ never appears in the biblical canon. Yet, it is said that he was a centurion and was called Longinus. The name of the Roman soldier who killed Christ never appears in the biblical canon. Yet, it is said that he was a centurion and was called Longinus.
Да охрененно, я инфу узнал, блин. Охрененная инфа. Просто шикарная. Церковь говорит о сверкающем металле. Хрена себе. Блин, а более детального, ну, типа, о металле, ну, так... ну, церковь вообще говорит о металле. Даже не сверкающем. Да любой сверкающий металл сверкает. О, вернее, металл сверкает. Медь, золото, серебро, латуни там всякие. Что там еще? Железо. Ой, елки-палки. Так, хорошо, давайте посмотрим, что у нас здесь есть. Пьяджи, Пьяджи, Пьяджи. А где был Пьяджи? Ну, типа, я понял, почему наша мать скрывалась. Я, по-моему, это уже говорил, что, типа, мол... ей отрезали руку, и поэтому она, чтобы не догадались, что ищет, она, типа, просто... Ну, типа, не попадается на глаза, вот и все. Если у меня еще будет один эликсир золотой, то я... О, типа мед пойдет. Мед пойдет.
Good evening, Mr. President.
Good evening.
Hard to kill time on this island. Nothing ever happens. Gets a bit boring, don't you think?
Are you joking, my friend? I'm sure you're just being ironic.
Yes and no. It's true that the manor is full of books and works of art. Unfortunately, the subjects are restricted to Lord Mortimer's specific tastes. The Crusades, religion...
Yes, that's true.
By the way, have you noticed the representations of the Holy Lance he's got all over the place?
No. It was the last thing in my mind, to be honest.
Oh, well that's a pity. I would have enjoyed chatting about it, as I would have done with my mother.
See you later.
Ну, я типа не хотел тратить время, возможно, даже какой-то баф, дебаф упал бы. Вот сейчас ни хрена не вижу.
What can I do for you, sir? I am at your service day and night, sir.
As I was unable to bring my personal effects with me, I was wondering if you could find me a few items.
Of course, sir. What would you require?
Понял. Интересно, а где Пьяджи, может быть? Ну, типа, я... Опа. Я все-таки пробегусь, потому что... Это мне больше всего не нравится в играх, где вот одна локация. Я поэтому делаю перерывы, на самом-то деле. Ага, хорошо. Мёд я сразу использую. Так, давайте здесь осмотрим, что-то может подобрать можно. Так, хорошо, здесь ни черта нет, пошли наверх. Где может быть Пьяджи? Либо в кабинете Мортимера, либо у себя дома. Ну, типа у себя в кабинке. А я точно видел его где-то здесь. Не понял. У него была комната, это точно.
Pardon me, monsieur, but I have work to do.
Sir Jacques Perru? Honey, I couldn't have hoped for better.
Я же говорю, я буду сразу применять.
Monsieur Napoléon Bonaparte.
Так, хорошо. Я уверен, где-то я видел.
Duke Manuel Godoy. Huh, that's me. Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Вот оно.
The Cardinal's not in his room. I bet he went back to stuffing himself.
Так, а здесь мы немножко осмотримся. Здесь я еще не был.
Great, honey.
Дорогой Джузеппе, увы, я слишком слаб, чтобы ехать. Поблагодарите от меня сэра Грегори за приглашение к лорду Мортимеру. Уверен, вы и без меня обо всем договоритесь. Передайте сэру Грегори, что мы исправно следуем его советам насчет нашего знакомого, кардинала и епископа Кьярамонти. Полагаюсь на вас. Да хранит вас Господь. Джованни Анджелико Браски.
John the Baptist, Youth with a Ram, a Caravaggio. A very sensual vision and very far from the usual representations of St. John. Venus and Cupid with a Satyr, by Correggio. Innocence, indiscretion, and lechery. Giuseppe must love that. Love Triumphant, by Caravaggio. Now there's someone for whom the sex of angels is no mystery. The Lying Girl by Boucher. Here's a painting of mischievous eroticism. I wonder what Piaggi must think of this. Amber Crystals.
Отлично. И давайте еще на балкон выйдем, посмотрим, что у него здесь есть. Ну вот, есть.
Let's have a look at his personal papers. Of course, it's in Latin, the language of the church. All those hours of learning Latin declensions are going to pay off in the end. Mother will be proud. Now this could be interesting. Lancea Sancte, various representation criteria, of which are shown the most common throughout the centuries, and in different forms. If Piaggi's notes are anything to go by, the weapon I'm looking for is shaped like a tapered spear, and that should help me identify it.
В записках Пьяджи было сказано, что наконечник копья похож на клин. Хорошая зацепка. Я не ту штуку использовал, я думал, я буду типа бесплатно использовать. Ну, короче, вы поняли. Ай. Ты чё, если... Откаты — это хорошо.
Carmelite water will give me a little reprieve.
А, здесь же еще может быть и вот так вот.
His Holiness Pope Pius VI, by Pompeo Petoni. This should help Piaggi feel at home.
Ладно, где может быть Пьяджи? Скорее всего, где-то на третьем этаже. А возможно и нет.
President George Washington.
А мы его видели уже. Что это было? Ну, особняк тут здоровенный, согласен. Возможно, он здесь. Или нет. Ну, типа, я буду просматривать локации, на которых я, типа, не был. Я уверен, что где-то что-то я не под...
Let's take a closer look at his lance. It is shaped like a leaf, like the real lance, maybe. How can I be sure? Hey, looks like there's a symbol engraved on the tip. Yes, a fish. The Christian fish, no doubt. It can't be a coincidence. It must have been done on purpose. Huh. Good thing I took a closer look. I think this statue does represent Longinus, armed with a lance that wounded Jesus. The Holy Lance. How can I find out if this is an exact representation? There's no way of being certain of it.
Я обнаружил символ рыбы на наконечнике копья, когда рассматривал статую Логинса. А здесь больше ничего интересного нет.
Adoration of the Shepherds with Saints Longinus and John. Giulio Romano. 1534. Longinus is holding the Holy Lance in his left hand, and I'll bet he's holding the sponge soaked in holy blood in the other hand. Yes! Here we can see that the Holy Lance is represented in the shape of a spear. I'd better make sure I check this twice. It's a work that dates from the Renaissance. There's nothing to say that it's not based on erroneous elements. This work is an order from Lord Mortimer. All the details have been conceived with a specific goal in mind. Upon closer examination, you can see that even the style clashes with that of most of the other works in the manor. No. If Mortimer has taken special care as the conception and the exhibition of this painting in his study, in the same way as for the nightmare painting, it must be of some significance. And that is indeed the true shape of the Holy Lance, a spear shape. But I believe what I read in the letter from Milan addressed to Mortimer. There's every reason to believe that this painting has been modified according to his guidelines to represent the true shape of the Holy Lance, a spear shape. There's only one way of being sure. I'll have to find other clues that will confirm this information.
Я обнаружил символ рыбы на наконечнике копья, когда рассматривал статую Логинса. В записках Пьяджи... Вы что, серьезно, типа? У них у всех разные наконечники. Че, типа, ну, типа, пошутили, что ли? Охренеть просто. Ой, сложно-то как. Во всех источниках по-разному написано. Вы что, серьезно?
Paradise. Raise your head and be reassured, for what comes up here from the mortal world must ripen in our rays. A chest with the occult symbol representing air.
Такое что-то. Так, хорошо. А где может быть священник? Ну, то есть третий этаж мы проверили. Комната Фольворнера.
Monsieur Johann van Vulner. It seems like he isn't here.
А где они все?
What a mess. Looks like Volner was interrupted. Looks a lot like straw. And he's drawn something in a hurry on this sheet. I get the feeling that I've seen that somewhere before. Yes, it's definitely a drawing of the Lock of Al-Azif. Volner must have kept a copy. Straw on his desk, as if to protect something fragile. Yes, someone must have packed something away here. I get the feeling that I've seen that somewhere before.
Иоганн, я понимаю, ты пытаешься выяснить, что с Элизабет, но это переходит всякие границы. Думаешь, мне было мало твоих выходок на континенте? Допускай, тебя возмущало, что мы заперли Элизабет на месяц в избежании встречи с Сарой. Но зачем же было сбегать с ней без предупреждения? Мне пришлось лгать всем, Иоганн. Притворись, что вернулся пару дней назад отдельно от нее и попроси Уильяма убедить в этом же своих гостей. Образумся, наконец, и возьми себя в руки. Нужно увезти с острова то, что ты нашел по моему поручению, а не тратить время на изучение. Уверяю, ты не получишь никаких ответов. Более того, мы рискуем снова упустить эту реликвию. Прошу, последний раз, оставь ее там, где мы договаривались. Ее сразу же заберут, будь уверен. Грегори. Блин, ну ладно.
Look, a blotter. And apparently it's been used recently. I wonder what Volner was going to write. It's smudged. It's not all legible. I can make out the signature though and leave as if planned landing stage. So Volner is going to leave Al-Azif at the landing stage, isn't he?
Так, понял. Видишь, какие-то зацепки у нас все-таки есть.
A chemistry set. That's not surprising coming from von Wollner. So, let's see what Wollner has in his bookcase. Ah, damn it. Most of these works are in German. I don't understand a thing. Well, except for this one. It looks like Latin. Longini militis fabulum. Longini? Ah, what have we here? It looks like a kind of biography on Longinus the Centurion. Truly, Wollner has done everything he can to get information about that lance. I'd better keep this one, though.
Richet?
Damn, that's all I need. Maybe he knows something about the lance.
What happened? You've lost. Ah, how horrible. Your hand.
It's an accident. To tell you the truth,
An accident? Are you joking? You have lost your hand, Louis. We've got to do something.
It's been done. I've been given treatment, rest assured. I admit that I didn't truly realize the consequences of my recklessness. So, just stay calm.
Yes, of course. But, Louis, it's your hand.
I know. Please, look, there's nothing I can do about it. I know, I made a mistake, but it's too late now. It was an accident. I only wanted to inspect the place to find my mother and, well, I fell into a trap. The result is appalling, I grant you that, but at least I can guarantee that we're all perfectly safe here on this island.
And you joke about it? Am I dreaming?
No, sir, but let's be realistic. So many world leaders brought together in one place, and there are no safeguards? The error indeed stems from my recklessness. I went looking here and there in search of my mother, and I had an accident. It's my own fault.
Fine. We will drop this incident. Why are you here? What are you doing in my room?
Well, sir, I see you have some captivating books, and you seem to be rather interested in the famous Longinus.
It's... what's it to do with you?
I overheard you speaking with Piaggi. What are you two up to, exactly?
No, fine. Yes. We are looking for the Holy Lance. That imbecile has given Mortimer all the ones kept in the private collection of the Holy See. But it's not what you think. Hang on a minute. You're the one looking for the lance.
No,
Don't take me for a fool. You are looking for the Holy Lances.
What's the matter? You seem completely panicked at the idea I might be interested in this relic.
No, that's not true.
What are you so afraid of?
I'm not afraid.
You know Mortimer's got it, so you're not worried that I'd give it back to him.
What are
so
you?
Why are you so terrified of me being able to find it?
You have no idea what it is you're looking for. What are you playing at, Richet? Mortimer's the one who has that cursed lance.
How long have you been looking for it?
I see. You want it, and so you plan to steal it from Mortimer.
For a long time. Isn't that right?
Why, you little swine! You're planning to give it to Sir Gregory. You're looking to double-cross me and Piaggi too.
What on earth is he talking about? Mr. von Wollner, would you be so kind as to calm yourself down, please? All I'm trying to do is make amends for His Eminence's errors. Sir Gregory should surround himself with better people, if you want my opinion, but Piaggi is a friend of my mother's.
What? You want to help Piaggi?
I just told you that's what my mother would do if she was here. I heard you in the corridor, and he seemed to be in serious trouble because of the lances. I'm only trying to help him.
All right, Louis. I thought you were trying to manipulate me. But please, excuse me.
Да, я хочу
But
поманипулировать.
you can't get ahead by staying in the shadows on a case like this. There are already several of us searching for the lance of Longinus. And it would be smarter to pool our information.
Unfortunately, I've barely made any progress. I'm still trying to find out what the original lance really looked like.
Let me reassure you, we've all been there, given the number of copies there are in existence. It also took us quite some time to discover its true shape. Many believe the central part of the head of the lance to be covered in gold, whereas, in truth, its center is made of an alloy of copper and iron.
That does make sense. In those times, a centurion wouldn't have any chance of possessing a lance made of gold.
That is the perversion of Christian idolatry. A copper lance could not have been noble enough to pierce the side of Christ.
Anyway, thank you, sir.
You're welcome, Louis. Keep me posted as to your research. We're bound to end up recovering it.
I'm counting on it. See you later.
Да-да-да, держу в курсе, держу в курсе.
I managed to get the biography of Longinus the Centurion. Let's see what it can teach me. An interesting passage here tells me that the lance is engraved with the symbol of the first Christians. The fish.
Так, ну, от этого я понимаю. Ну, типа, все источники пока сходятся к тому, что рыба есть символом, да? Так, но с Пьяджи я бы тоже поговорил. Я не просто так сюда зашел, ну типа... Так, давайте здесь осмотримся, возможно, что-то поменялось здесь. Хотя я сомневаюсь. Просто ресурсы хочу собрать, возможно. Все, здесь нечего делать. Пошли дальше.
President George Washington.
Ну, к нему я не хочу, потому что я его уже видел, как бы... Такое чувство, как будто сама игра рофлит над тобой. Ну, то есть, в плане... Здесь мы уже были. Сама игра, типа, как бы рофлит, дает пару вариантов ответа, но мне постоянно чего-то не хватает. Ну, то есть, постоянно я вроде бы все обыскиваю. Да, возможно, типа, не все, но все же.
Abandon hope, all ye who enter here.
Lovely lectures Mortimer's giving to his guests. Very jolly.
The torture of Ixion, condemned by the gods to lose his mind because of his arrogance.
Сорямба. Аж говорю, еще не полностью выздоровел. Но уже в понедельник иду на работу. Что-то этот раз слишком много я болею. Слишком долго я болею. Хорошо. Давайте двинемся дальше. Так, отсюда я прибежал, сюда прибежал. Так, ищем какие-то зацепки, ищем какие-то комнаты, что ли. Годой. Ну, Годой я не смогу проникнуть. Он теперь запирает свою комнату, чтобы...
King George III in coronation robes.
Nice touch for the room of an English duchess.
А, мы еще здесь не полазили. Кстати, мы здесь не полазили. Здравствуй,
Unfortunately, the Crown informed the Golden Order that our mission should under no circumstances hamper Sir Gregory's
Спасибо за
plans.
последнее письмо. К сожалению, корона предупредила Золотой Орден, что мы ни в коем случае не должны помешать сэру Грегори. Им явно удалось заручиться поддержкой Букингемского дворца. Нас связали по рукам и ногам, лишили всякой свободы действий. Держи меня в курсе дел. Выполнить задание будет непросто. С любовью, Е. П.С. Судя по всему, французский орден не знает о поездке нашей знакомой, Сары. Посему ничего не могу тебе сказать. Впрочем, как мне кажется, она явилась сюда по личному делу. На самом деле, здесь типа с демонами, ну такое себе. Прикольно было бы, если бы...
A letter from William Pitt the Younger, addressed to Emily. He's the present Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. A letter from William Pitt the Elder, addressed to Emily. He was the English Prime Minister. 2 coils circle the lock.
Хотя и здесь я уже был, типа. Давайте еще к Бонапарту зайдем. Возможно, что-то здесь поменялось. Быстренько осмотримся, чтобы...
Dear friend, please come and join.
Amber crystals.
Ха.
Dear Monsieur... All right. I've retrieved everything.
Он все забрал. Так, еще полочку посмотрим здесь. Понял. Хорошо. Хорошо. Так, с Бонапартом комната Перю.
Monsieur Jacques Perru. Monsieur Napoléon Bonaparte.
Ага, к Бонапарту я не могу сходить. Ну, теперь нам нужно тогда по первому этажу пробежаться. Правильно? Правильно. Ну, типа, а чё бы и нет? Сейчас бегаем тогда на первый этаж. Смотрим здесь все. Блин, что у меня так... Правая часть болит. Так, хорошо, давайте тогда по кругу сбегаем.
Crucifixion of St. Peter. He was crucified upside down, out of humility. Surprising for an entrance hall. Lord Mortimer certainly has a taste for staging rooms.
Ага, в долг я не могу зайти, да?
Blind Oedipus. Blinded himself. What a tragic destiny.
О, Пьяджи, здорово. В смысле, я не с Пьяджи?
Your Eminence, would you have a moment to spare?
Not now, Louis. Please, leave me alone.
I beg your pardon?
I want to be alone.
Very well. I'm only searching for information about the Lance of Longinus, the soldier. If you could...
are not listening to me. You are playing with fire.
I see what you mean.
Louis, don't push it. Leave while you still can.
Your Eminence, are you all right? Your Eminence, are you with me?
У него руки
Can you turn
нет.
around, please?
What do you want to know about the Holy Lance, Louis?
Your Eminence, turn around.
This is the weapon used by a Roman centurion on the very day Christ was nailed to the cross.
Look at me.
Longinus thrust his lance in the right side of Jesus.
Please.
As you wish.
Он помирает, что ли?
His nose is bleeding.
So, you are looking for the Holy Lance of Longinus, are you?
Exactly.
Frank and direct. I like that. Thank you for not trying to be sly. You are looking for the lance. You should know, you are not the only one. Lord Mortimer has spent a good part of his life and his fortune trying to find it. Never will he let you have it. But tell me, before going any further, have you spoken to anyone else about this?
Well, I spoke to Mr. von Wollner about it. Why?
Because you are endangering all those who know anything about this lance, Louis. Anyone else?
Briefly with President Washington.
What does he know exactly?
Absolutely nothing. He advised me to speak to Mr. von Wollner.
Very well. Is that all?
Yes, my mother knows about it.
Of course, Sarah. Who else?
No one else.
What are you going to use the lance for, exactly?
Да, я думаю, так мы
I
сделаем.
need it.
Why?
You won't understand.
Try me, Louis.
I need to protect myself with it.
Louis, I thank you for your sincerity. I shall answer you about Longinus. You deserve
Да.
to be told. His spear-headed lance did indeed pierce the side of the Messiah. His blood gushed out, covering the head of the lance. It was covered in the blood of Christ.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Eminence.
You are welcome. Be careful, Louis. You are on a perilous path. Don't follow Sarah's demons, my boy. Don't delve too deeply into her delusions, or you won't be able to come back. The demons that she is frantically trying to drive away are in her own mind. Take good care of yourself. God keep you.
Короче, даже священник понимает, ну, то есть он вроде бы говорит, что... Ну, это же священник, да? Типа, говорит, что... Найдите больше подсказок или выберите копье. Источники информации, знатоки эзотеризма, произведения искусства, священные тексты. А, так я это уже сделал, правильно?
The lock is surrounded by a triple circle.
Пойдет. 4 меда. Пойдет.
All right. I've retrieved everything.
Ну, типа, я уже все исследовал, правильно? Мне нужно отыскать копье Логина. Вольнер считает, что копье окаймлено медью. Церковь говорит о сверкающем металле. Пьер же подсказал мне, что наконечник выглядит как рогатина. Я заметил, что на картине с Логинсом наконечник копья клиновидный. Я заметил, что на картине с Логином изображение клиновидный наконечник. Это отражает мнение Мортимера. Судя по статуе Логина, наконечник копья листовидной формы. В записях Пьяджи было сказано, что наконечник копья похож на клин. Я обнаружил символ рыбы на наконечнике копья, когда рассматривал статую Логина. В биографии Центуриона Логина сказано, что на наконечнике его копья была выгравирована рыба. Клин новый. Клиновидный. С медью, скорее всего, какой-то. Не медью.
Atrus, the Miller brothers. Mother expressly forbade me from reading it.
Сейчас пройдемся быстренько еще разок. Ну, типа, картины, возможно, какие-то есть. Вот это, кстати, прикольная часть, но... Ну... Ну, не совсем прикольная. Да что такое?
Christ Crucified by Velasquez. Look, someone's left a note there. Reserved for the Duke of Alquidia.
Тайная вечеря. Ну, походу, я что-то нашел, типа. Так, хорошо, давайте еще сбегаем чуть-чуть дальше. Ну, типа, по комнате. Ага, вот тут вот заберем. Так, хорошо, хорошо.
Chronicles of the Amber Princes. As I recall, Dorkin was my Amber crystals. Amber. I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
Угу. Надо почаще смотреть на... Типа... Полки, стеллажи с книгами. Ну, потому что, блин... Сколько раз я уже обнаруживал, что... Давайте еще сюда сходим. Ну, типа, уже окончательно. Типа, проверим первый этаж. Ага, отсюда я и начал. Здесь полок нет. Хорошо. Но на самом деле он сказал, ну, типа, этот Пьяджи сказал, что клинок залило кровью Христа. Вот, поэтому, ну, типа, по-другому не так. Правильно. Так, хорошо. А чё я здесь ищу-то? Я уже ж вроде бы все сделал.
Saint Longinus. Let's take a closer look at his lance. It is shaped like a leaf, like the real lance, maybe. How can I be sure? Hey, looks like there's a symbol engraved on the tip. Yes, a fish. The Christian fish, no doubt. It can't be a coincidence. It must have been done on purpose. Huh. Good thing I took a closer look. I think this statue does represent Longinus, armed with a lance that wounded Jesus, the Holy Lance. How can I find out if this is an exact representation? There's no way of being certain of it.
Во. И у нас есть копье, правильно? Ну, типа картина.
Adoration of the Shepherds with Saints Longinus and John. Giulio Romano, 1534. Longinus is holding the Holy Lance in his left hand, and I'll bet he's holding the sponge soaked in holy blood in the other hand. Yes! Here we can see that the Holy Lance is represented in the shape of a spear. I'd better make sure I check this twice. It's a work that dates from the Renaissance. There's nothing to say that it's not based on erroneous elements. This work is an order from Lord Mortimer. All the details have been conceived with a specific goal in mind. Upon closer examination, you can see that even the style clashes with that of most
Понял,
of the other
короче.
works in the
Сейчас
manner.
будем делать.
No. If Mortimer has taken special care as the conception and the exhibition of this painting in his study, in the same way as for the nightmare painting, it must be of some significance. And that is indeed the true shape of the Holy Lance, a spear shape. There's only one way of being sure. I'll have to find other clues that will confirm this information.
Хорошо, давайте сделаем следующее. Ну, типа, попытаемся все-таки... Боже, типа, что такое? Попытаемся еще разок, ну, типа, найти уже этот кленовый... Ну, вы поняли, короче. У меня есть источники, ну, как минимум пару штук. Пару совпадений у меня есть, правильно? Можно на кое-что, типа, забить... Опа, что это?
Golden elixir.
Если что, у меня есть пару зацепок. Блин, а почему там нету такого, что типа, мол... Так, здесь ни черта. Здесь тоже ни черта. Хорошо. Давайте что-то вспоминать, давайте что-то делать, давайте что-то поглядим. Я бы так вот сказал. Смотри, что мы можем сделать? Искать в Евангелиях, найти зацепку.
St. John is the most detailed on the subject of the crucifixion. When they came to Jesus and saw that he was dead already, they broke not his legs, but one of the soldiers with a shimmering lance pierced his side, and forthwith there came out blood and water. And he that saw it bore witness, and his record is true, and he knoweth that he saith true, that ye might believe. A shimmering lance? What is this telling me? Medieval Hermetic traditions evoke the idea of using noble materials for relics, which the monasteries often made themselves, in order to attract pilgrims. Of course, they had to inspire greatness. So here, we might think of gold, whereas a centurion could not have hoped for anything better than copper at the time. The true lance would not have been a luxurious weapon.
Вряд ли было драгоценным, скорее всего, оно было позолоченным.
The name of the Roman soldier who killed Christ never appears in the biblical canon. Yet, it is said that he was a centurion and was called Longinus.
Так, хорошо, у нас есть пару зацепочек, хорошо. Мне нужно отыскать копье Логина. Вельнер считает, что копье окамлено медью. Церковь говорит о сверкающем металле. Пьяджи подсказал мне, что наконечник выглядит как рогатина. Я заметил, что на картине с Логином наконечник копья клиновидный. Я заметил, что на картине с Логином изображение клиновидный наконечник. Это отражает мнение Мортимера. Судя по статуе Логина, наконечник копья листовидной формы. В записках Пьяджи было сказано, что наконечник копья похож на клин. Ну, то есть клиновый он, по-любому клиновый. Я обнаружил символ рыбы. Ну, с символом рыбы это точно. Вот, и окамлен каким-то металлом.
I can see that this lance has a so-called leaf shape. It is made entirely of iron. I can see that the tip is engraved with the symbol of the sun.
Нет, символ солнца нам не подходит.
This sarcophagus is engraved with the name of Clemens III. Good God! The one whose cross allowed me to enter. Clemens III. Clément III in French. How come his tomb ended up here and not in the Vatican? He was basically an anti-pope. His path to the throne was pretty turbulent, and he had to be enthroned several times. The result of a long conflict between the papacy and the Holy Empire. This sarcophagus is beautifully made, but ancient.
Зачем я трачу, типа, свои очки вот здесь вот? Чего? Так, хорошо.
This one has no name. I wonder who it was for.
Сложно, сложно.
I can see that this spear has a so-called leaf shape. It is copper rimmed. I can see the tip is engraved with the symbol of the eye of Ra.
Не-не-не-не-не. Символ Ра это не подходит. Нам нужен символ рыбы. Это раз. Во-вторых, нам нужно... Я вообще ни черта здесь не вижу, ну ладно. Во-вторых, нам нужно листовой. Ну, типа, листовой говорю. Клин, во. Так, это кто такой? А здесь даже имени нету на могиле. Ну ладно. Так, что у нас здесь? А здесь что у нас?
Flavius Aetius. Flavius Aetius, the one they call the last of the Romans. He was assassinated by his own emperor.
Блин, ну я типа это уже сделал. Жалко, здесь не закрывается, когда ты что-то, ну, типа, ну, повторить ты можешь, я не спорю, но, типа, не закрывается диалоги, чтобы не тратить на них...
Well, here we can see this lance has a leaf shape, is gold rimmed, and a fish is engraved on the tip.
this lance has got a blade in the shape of a spear. Its blade is in iron or steel, I think. I can make out a rising sun engraved on the tip.
Это не тот. Однозначно нам нужен наконечник со знаком рыбы.
The sarcophagus has been ravaged by time. It's sort of ageless, I guess. It's entirely sculpted. These symbols, these grooves, cuneiform script. This is humanity's oldest alphabet, the language of Babel. Sadly, no one today even knows how to decipher it. There's also some text engraved beneath in ancient Greek, Sargon.
Is this the tomb of a king? Judging by all the sculpted symbols of power, this is really ancient. The inscriptions are all eroded. I don't know what those marks mean, but maybe a stone or an epitaph.
Well, we can see that this lance has a particular spear shape. It is coated in gold. You can distinguish the symbol of the fish engraved on the tip, barely noticeable.
Так, если что, мы запомним, потому что этот пока по описанию подходит. Кленовый, рыба плюс золотая середина. Возможно, типа, ну, надо будет точно подумать. Так, что у нас здесь? Но это не такой. Это точно не такой.
We can see that this lance has a leaf shape, and well, it's in gold. I can see that a crucifix is engraved on the tip, just barely visible.
Распятие не то. Но это тоже не он, но я сейчас еще раз осмотрю.
Let's take a look at this lance here. It has a very special leaf shape. It is copper rimmed, and I can see a fish symbol engraved on the tip. Let's take a look at this lance here. It has a very special leaf shape. It is
необычной листовой формы.
I can see a fish symbol engraved on the tip.
Блин, типа подробностей больше нету, типа каких-то такое что-то.
I can see that this lance has the shape of a boar spear. The blade is partially coated in copper, and I can just make out the symbol of the Eye of Ra engraved on the tip.
Нет, это не оно.
I can see this lance has a spear shape, it is copper rimmed, and it has been engraved with the symbol of the Christian fish on the tip.
Вот этот может, кстати, подходить, он и плюс еще и в центре лежит. Ну блин, я скорее всего уверен, что это подделка.
It is copper rimmed. The symbol of the Christian fish is engraved on the tip. This lance has a leaf shape. It is copper rimmed. The symbol of the Christian fish is engraved on the tip.
Что самое главное, вот этот вот тоже подходит. Окомлен медью. Блин, а тут сложный выбор. Листовой. В записках 5 же было сказано, что наконечник копья похож на клин.
The sarcophagus of Lord Mortimer. It's the only sarcophagus in this crypt which appears to bear the Mortimer family name. What ancestor can it be? There's no inscription. Let's see what we can find here. Ha! Great! Now let's see what's inside. The sarcophagus of Lord Mortimer. Let's see what we can find here. It's the only sarcophagus in this crypt.
То есть я что-то получил, но, блин, оно того не стоило?
There's no inscription.
Типа просто ресурсы. О, еще одно, кстати, копье.
What about this lance? It's got a spear shape. The blade is partly made of copper. A barely visible crucifix is engraved on the blade.
Так, хорошо. Давайте соберем. Ну, то есть, смотри. Я просто ищу зебру, скорее всего, какую-то, когда у нас просто обычная лошадь. Ну, короче. Смотри, давайте идти логически от того, что у нас есть. Мне нужно отыскать копье Логина. Вернер считает, что копье окаймлено медью. И мы это тоже читали в нескольких вариантах, потому что не могли себе позволить воины золото, правильно? Потому либо оно будет медное, либо оно будет позолоченное. Но позолота тоже, ну, довольно-таки недешевое. Церковь говорит о сверкающем металле. Ну, то есть медь сверкает, в принципе, нормально. Так, если его натереть. Это еще там вроде бы как Архимед создавал, ну, была где-то легенда, что при защите Карфагена, не помню, не Карфагена, а какого-то города, где, по-моему, Архимед начистил медные щиты воинов, и они, типа, собрали все в одну точку и создали, типа, луч такой смертоносный. Короче, так. Опять же, подсказал мне, что наконечник выглядит как рогатина. Рогатина — это кленовая такая штука. Рога. Ну да, типа как острие такое. Я заметил, что на картине с Логинсом наконечник копья кленовый. И плюс это подтверждалось тем, что сам Мортимер как бы сказал, чтобы его так подправили, правильно? Я заметил, что на картине с Логином изображение кленовый наконечник. Это отражает мнение Мортимера. Вот, опять же таки, ну, то есть то, что подтверждается. Кленовый. Судя по статуе Логина, наконечник копья листовидной формы. Ну, это, скорее всего, просто интерпретация какая-то. Листовидная, ну то есть единственная. То есть 3 или 4 нам говорит, что кленовый, и тут один у нас листовой. В записках 5 же было сказано, что наконечник копья похож на клин. Ну вот, я ж типа говорю, на клин. Я обнаружил символ рыбы на наконечнике копья, когда рассматривал статую Логина. В биографии Центуриона Логина сказано, что на наконечнике его копья была выгравирована рыба. То есть, есть два варианта. Вот этот вот или вот этот вот. Они оба камленной медью, они с гравировкой, но вот этот вот рогатина, типа. Поэтому беру я этот. Еще раз читаем, и я забираю. Если это неправда, я просто посылаю нахрен игру.
Am I absolutely sure this is the one to take?
Я, конечно, ну, не полностью на 100% уверен, но потому что у нас есть той информации, которая у нас есть, мы правы. Если мы не правы, ну уже извините, игра иди нахрен просто. Пока в игре все было логично, и пока те зацепки, которые у нас были... Единственное, что с Луной я типа, ну... Ой, идите просто с Луной со своей. Справа налево. Тень появляется слева. Возможно, этот наконечник уже подменили, типа. Я выбрал копье Логина. Я убедил кардинала опять же помочь мне. Я нашел не все дубликаты копья Логина, собранные лордом Мортином. Ой, идите в баню. Так, хорошо, давайте прокачаем уровень какой-то. Типа прокачаю, чтобы была возможность... Так. Что еще мы можем сделать? Ну, я типа думаю, куда закинуть 2 очка, чтобы как бы облегчить себе задачу. Но я не вижу, что типа можно выбрать такое, чтобы... Ну, вы поняли. Я нашел не все, отказывается, наконечники. Ой, короче, типа, ну, такое себе. Ладно, давайте что-то прокачаем. Хотя нет. Получено новое звание мастер на все руки.
I'm already pressed for time as it is. Mother's waiting for me on the wharf.
Мне нечего что читать. Ой, короче, типа, не все наконечники. Может, у него в кабинете был наконечник? Или в тайной комнате?
Sticking your nose everywhere again.
Wow, what's the matter with him? Excuse me, monsieur. I don't follow you.
I haven't come all this way just to fail, so close to the goal.
Why? What are you talking about?
I am talking about what you are doing. This conference is going to boost my career. There is no question of me letting you ruin everything. I just surprised Piaget and Volner talking. You are about to rob Mortimer. Give me what you took from him, immediately.
Let's keep calm, please. I don't know what you're talking about. I'll have to cut this short, quick. Look, I don't know what you're going on about, and I don't have time for this right now.
Don't bank on getting rid of me so easily, de Richet. Where have you been?
Did Lord Mortimer tell you you could trust me?
Yes, but...
So, I might have disappointed you on the negotiation of your precious cannons, but Lord Mortimer believes I can still be useful. I'm working for him right now, and you're wasting my time with your questions. Look, if he hasn't taken you into his confidence, then you shouldn't know yet.
I'll soon figure out what you are up to. And I am convinced that you have indeed robbed Mortimer. The game is up. Give me what you took from him.
You know, this is becoming an obsession with you.
Show me what you are carrying, or I will call the servants.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Very well. You leave me no choice but to alert Lord Mortimer.
Blast it! I'll never manage to leave this island if he keeps this up.
Wait, да как в смысле?
You leave me no choice. Come with me.
Да в смысле? Да что, боже, типа, какого черта? Ну, типа, серьезно, ты положил... Ой, сейчас у меня так сгорит, что я просто охренею. Просто сейчас охренею. Ну, типа, серьезно? Манускрипт надо было отдать. Ой, короче.
Atrus, the Miller brothers. Mother expressly forbade me from reading it.
Ненавижу эту штуку. Ну, типа, как такое возможно? Типа, ну, это же бред полный. Нет? Такое себе, блин. А я хоть наконечник подобрал?
Ah, Louis. Perfect timing.
As luck would have it.
Come, my boy. I would like to have a word with you.
Блин, ну ты как назло, боже, типа.
Come closer, please. It's time we had a little chat. I wanted you... Oh, no, your hand. Damn it, no. So that's it. She's prepared to use you.
What do you mean?
It wasn't enough for her to lose her hand. She had to make you lose yours, too. I cannot permit this to continue. Louis, it's time you found out the truth. I've been observing you since you arrived. I see you running all over the grounds in search of Sarah. I would like to prevent her from leading you even further down the wrong road.
The wrong road?
Louis, Sarah has made her own choices of her own free will, and I would like for you to have the same chance. You see, Sarah and I have known each other for a very long time, Louis. I am aware of her theory. About me, about Gregory, about the demons. She's right. Look at me. I have inhabited this body since 1191. For the last 602 years, I have been this dear William Mortimer.
Lucifer, the fallen archangel, left heaven accompanied by 133,306,668 angels. Is it true that there are that many of you?
No, I assure you, Louis. Forget your Bible class. It's ridiculous. We are not angels. We don't have wings. There is certainly nowhere near 1,000,000 of us. And for that matter, no sacred human text represents us correctly. There are several families, and the family to which I belong has 8 siblings, including Gregory and myself.
Sir Gregory is your brother?
Yes, what can I say? You can't choose your family. But it is very difficult to know exactly how many of us there are, because a large number of our kind remain hidden, or never reveal themselves even to us.
You're the devil incarnate.
The devil? I'm not saying that all Judeo-Christian folklore hasn't served us, but the truth is, of course, something quite different. Please, don't look at us through the primitive prism of religions. I am not hiding any horns or goat's feet, Louis. I have no tail.
Why do you bring up folklore? You mean that you've taken advantage of people's beliefs?
No, not exactly. I mean that we in fact created them from scratch. It is amazing to see how mankind has such a strong need to believe in something superior to itself. It was very instructive.
Почему он выкладывает нам карты, типа, на стол?
You've been Mortimer for 600 years? How long have the demons been among mankind?
Oh, I don't think I'd be lying if I said that we have always been here.
If I follow you, you must have witnessed some of the greatest moments in history.
You could certainly say that, yes.
Did you know ancient Egypt?
Oh, yes, yes. We were gods on earth in those days.
What did men call you then?
Amenhotep IV.
The 10th pharaoh of the 18th dynasty?
Ooh, I see you're a connoisseur, Louis. Impressive.
Did you know ancient Greece?
In many ways, yes. One day Pericles, the next Parmenides. Just the memory of the time I spent working on acoustics with Pythagoras. Well, it moves me quite deeply, to tell the truth.
Pericles. He's the one who brought Athens to its golden age, isn't he?
In a way, yes.
He established democracy and then died during an epidemic. It wasn't so long after his 2 sons passed away. Isn't that right?
Excuse me, Louis. I would rather not relive any more of that, if you don't mind.
Did you experience ancient Rome?
Блин, ну...
Yes. Luxury and decadence, Louis. My family did indeed reign supreme, but from this period I retain only the works of my friend, Marcus Vitruvius Pollio.
You seem to be fascinated by Christ. You weren't him, were you?
Oh, no, not at all. He was my father, though. Strange as it seems.
I beg your pardon? Am I dreaming? Ugh, please tell me I'm dreaming.
We should have the chance to talk about all that again later, but yes, he was my father. All the mythology surrounding Jesus of Nazareth really stems from my father's prideful need to show himself among men.
I've noticed that you have a passion for the Crusades.
Among other things, yes. Mainly the third. It was during the siege of St. Joan of Arc that I took possession of Lord Mortimer.
And you've never changed skins or bodies since?
I have used other envelopes, but only to carry out very short tasks. Apart from that, indeed, I have been able to retain the identity of William Alexander Mortimer throughout the centuries.
And you truly have the power to manipulate the thoughts of men.
That's right. Every demon has the capacity to infiltrate the minds of men and to read and steer their thoughts.
Возможно, это он нам показывает что-то.
And what do you do with this power?
We help them, of course.
And how is it you help men exactly?
Let's just say that without us, man would probably never have left his cave. Fire, the wheel, tools, writing. We are the spark that inspires man to search, to grow, to evolve.
Can you tell me more about your capacities, your supernatural powers?
Supernatural? From my point of view, they are perfectly natural. Well, Louis, just because the monkey does not fly doesn't mean that we should consider the bird a supernatural creature. We are all part of a grand design. We are simply made like this. By developing our art, we are able to read thoughts as well as write in the minds of men. It is possible for us to make them bow to our desire, but it doesn't work without leaving some scars.
Мы тоже как-то, ну типа, у нас тоже какие-то способности были.
Why should I trust you?
I'm not asking you to, Louis. If you are still in doubt about the demons, I can assure you that won't last long.
But why me?
Why do I tell you about the greatest secret ever revealed to man?
That's right.
I'm coming to that. Don't worry.
What has my mother got to do with all this?
She embarked on a crusade many years ago to kill all the demons.
That must have upset you. I imagine you retaliated.
No, I'm afraid she never forgave me.
Forgave what?
We met when she was still just a young woman. I appeared to her in a different form because I didn't want to reveal the identity of Lord Mortimer at that time. She was looking for someone interested in the occult to decipher an ancient book. We spent many years together until I revealed my true nature to her.
The old book was Al-Azif, wasn't it?
Did she speak about it?
Not so long ago, yes.
Indeed, it was already Al-Azif. She wanted to unlock the secrets.
What are the demons' projects for humanity?
Our aim has long since been to protect humanity from itself. On the other hand, although we give them the impulse to succeed, we don't all agree as to the path they take to achieve it.
Защита человечества от самого себя. типа какой-то сценарий к Терминатору, по-моему.
How would you qualify your species scientifically?
Good question. What is your area of expertise?
My lord, to tell you the truth, I don't see myself as a scientist.
Well, consider us as a simple species still unknown to most
Паразитом?
men. Thus we are born. We have the capacity to change bodies, that is all.
Continue.
Louis, it's time you opened your eyes. Come, you'll soon see.
After you. If you could manipulate us mentally, what's the point of all the theatrics of the conference?
You must suspect that we asked ourselves that very same question. For many centuries, we didn't organize any conferences, and most of the time, it ended in civil war between demons. Many of us were killed during this period. The idea of organizing conferences was the answer to everything. The interest being to erect some rules among ourselves. Our family first divided up all the principal countries of the world. Now, whenever one of us wanted to propose a major change between these countries, they summon the demon in question and initiate a conference. The demon that initiates the proposition doesn't have to give notification of the subject of the conference beforehand. Consequently, we participate along with our best assets. Once the humans are brought together, the conference begins, but we are forbidden to use our talents to influence the participants. The first meeting is held in order to expose the subject to all the participants, followed by several days of reflection, during which we are allowed to be persuasive,
Блин, как-то только
but
все
not
открыто,
to
он нам
impose
рассказывает, что-то
our will.
тупо.
A second meeting closes the conference with a final vote.
So, for you it's a game, isn't it?
I understand your remark, but after living several centuries, you stand back and enjoy what reflection and pleasure you can.
But how do you agree on global policy?
Locally, we often have competing interests, and sometimes we start wars between men which are linked to our disagreements. Most of the time, our father steps in and gives directives, which my family follow to the letter. Indeed, in my opinion, it is high time we moved on.
What do you mean?
I mean that a new era must begin. The old monarchic regimes are outdated, and it's time to evolve.
So, von Borchert, he was looking for the Al-Azif for you.
Exactly. Al-Azif has always belonged to my family, Louis. And with good reason. My father wrote much of it. Can you tell me what you've done with...
What? You mean the Al-Azif?
No, I already know that. Sarah came here with it and got rid of it. I was thinking of von Borchert. He isn't essential, but he is a trusted person.
About him, how can I put this?
I see.
Well, he jumped me. It was him or me.
You don't need to justify yourself, Louis. Don't worry.
Did what happened to Elizabeth Adams have anything to do with you?
Unfortunately, the poor girl became an issue between us, in spite of herself. A family of demons is still a family, and as in all families, there are disputes. Elizabeth's family, the Adams, has always been under the patriarchal control of my father. As he and myself are not really on very good terms, sending poor Elizabeth here was terribly rude of him, really.
You did accept, though.
No, I would say rather I was presented with a fait accompli by Gregory and went along with the intention of helping her. But this is my castle, and everyone is the master of their own home.
It was you who killed her.
The child was already condemned, Louis. My father would never have let her be. I had to pass inside her mind and, yes, make her take her own life. Trapped between the unyielding control of my father and your mother's terrible treatments, I wouldn't wish a life like that on anyone. Would you?
So neither my mother nor Peru were ever guilty. You just gave me the runaround with that whole investigation.
Now, don't take it the wrong way. I was obliged to keep up appearances so that Gregory wouldn't suspect me.
И хорошо, что мы никого не заподозрили.
You up, Louis. I hope I've answered all your questions, Louis. Come, I've something to show you.
There is one question that remains to be answered. Why me? Why tell me all of this?
Oh, haven't you guessed yet?
Наследник? Тело? Я ваш сын?
I've got an idea, but it might seem stupid.
Trust me.
Am I one? I mean, am I a demon?
Would you like that?
Ну, у меня способности, типа.
No, I don't think so. I'm just a man, and that's fine with me.
Look, we are of the gods, Louis. Always have been. You, as much as me, you are one of us, Louis. You too are a demon.
Are you serious?
You know it. Deep down inside, you know I am telling you the truth. Where do you think that natural, charismatic presence comes from? Your talent must already have manifested itself somehow. Have you ever had any visions?
No. Stop it. It's absurd.
Have you never found yourself suddenly inside someone else's body without knowing why?
Да.
Whilst asleep, maybe? That's how it often happens the first time. Your spirit wanders unconsciously.
My mother can't have lied to me about that.
It's true. Your real mother would never have lied to you.
What do you mean?
Louis, I would rather you found this out from her own lips, but
В смысле?
that you know, Sarah is not your mother.
What?
I'm sorry you had to find out this way, Louis. But you must know the truth before you commit an irreparable act.
No, no, it's not possible.
You are my son.
Liar! Well, well. So now you're his bastard. You really took me for a fool. Don't make a move, you clowns!
Everybody keep calm.
Don't say a word or I'll shoot your kid! Ah, not so clever now, are we? At last I found a way to put the pressure on you, Mortimer.
Look, just calm down, monsieur.
You stopped me from ending it all. Because of you, I've had to pay for it.
Блин, ну у меня типа нету возможности его... Блин, ладно, Перу. Где там этот Перу? Слабость психология.
What it's like. He's in your head. He's in your soul. I never want to feel that again.
Jack, I did not betray you.
You're just like him.
Monsieur Peru, I don't even know what this is all about.
It's quite simple. You're like them.
If that's enough to make me unforgivably evil, then I'd prefer you shoot. But I don't feel as if I've changed. I'm still the same man I was an hour ago.
They will corrupt you. It's inevitable.
And I won't be able to resist, like you are now.
Well...
Give me the benefit of the doubt. Think about it a moment.
So, what are you gonna do now? You've just found out your true nature. What difference does it make?
What do you want me to tell you, honestly? I've just found out myself, and here you are threatening me with a weapon? Just give me a moment.
No, that's just the point. You're out of time. You ought to ask yourself that question, Louis. Wake up! You're just like him. You are already. You can't see it, or you don't want to see it, but it's already too late. In fact, I haven't got any choice.
You always have a choice. You know very well what will happen to you if you shoot me. If I am indeed a demon now, as Lord Mortimer claims, then I've always been one, Jack. The fact of finding it out today makes no difference to my personality. You can't choose your parents.
Да, мы не можем типа сказать.
Come now.
You know what I told you. Evil and good depend on you, and not on your nature.
Yes, it's true, and the same holds true for all of us.
Monsieur Peru, I am willing to overlook this latest scene. You can thank my son for that. I think, however, that you ought to take your leave for your good and ours, as well as that of your daughter.
Тут слуг убивает, черт подери, каждый раз, каждый день. И где они берут таких ученых, типа слуг? Охрененный, конечно, поворот.
You've experienced many significant events since your arrival.
No, not really.
I'm impressed by your ability to remain composed, not to let yourself become overwhelmed.
Да было интересно, чё бы нет.
For now, I think you ought to find Sarah, my son. You ought to talk things over with her.
So she's been lying to me all along?
Let her justify herself. What's done is done. Sarah must explain herself. You must clear the air. We'll have all the time we need to talk afterwards. But all in good time. Before you join her, I'd like to give you something. As a demon, I would like to introduce you to your first talent.
What do you mean?
Open your mind, my son. Relax. You hold immense power. It's already there, inside you. Empty your mind of all thoughts. Just let me show you the way.
I should relax.
Open your mind. Hear my voice. Feel the vibrations and listen to what has been happening to you deep inside, but which you
По-моему, нас гипнотизирует, падла.
Trust yourself. It's all already in there.
I can hear something.
Now breathe.
It's a sound, very faint.
That's right. Concentrate on it. My voice is growing fainter, but I am here.
Whispers, words, mixed voices.
Focus on one of them. Don't be afraid.
I sense a stream. Some words are clear, but not all of them.
Let them enter into your mind.
I hear them. Now I can hear a clear voice.
Well done, Louis. Congratulations.
What was it?
You are now able to read people's minds.
What?
You heard me. From now on, whenever a human speaks to you, you will be able to read their current thoughts.
Охренеть!
So if you need to know something in particular from someone, all you have to do is make them think about it.
But it'd be a violation of their most intimate thoughts, wouldn't it?
To begin with, there's nothing obliging you to do it. You already had the ability without even knowing it. I just gave you the option of putting it into practice if you want.
На самом деле это тупая типа способность.
To evoke morality here. Every species is different, Louis, and this is the way we are made. That's all.
Тупая способность. Не хотел бы читать мысли других людей.
Or not. And what's more, it will be up to you to decide what to do with the thoughts you read. That is where the values of right and wrong do come into play. There are also a few rules you need to know that govern this talent when used between ourselves. You can read the thoughts of demons as well as of humans. But be careful. A demon more experienced than yourself will know that you are spying and will often react quite violently. It's considered bad form to play around the psyche of another demon. It's a question of courtesy. But let's be clear. What is most considered bad form is getting caught. So I would advise against trying to read the thoughts of Gregory, for example.
Home?
Yes, the old grump is touchy and rather a stickler about the conventions. On that note, go and see Sarah, Louis. Otherwise, she might leave without you. We'll continue this discussion later if you want. Just join me in my study when you've finished.
Чтение мыслей. Теперь вы можете читать мысли своих собеседников. При каждом чтении мысли тратится очко эссенции. Вы можете вернуть одно очко, если столкнетесь с устойчивостью. 2, если воспользуетесь слабостью. И 3, если выпьете настойку якорцев.
You're right. I need to go now. See you later, Father.
One more thing. If you want to know the truth about your birth, ask her about Paris, 1763, at 12 Rue des Martyrs. That's where she disemboweled your mother to steal you from me.
Хрена себе. Так, хорошо.
It's not that I regret all these discussions, but I must hurry to the wharf.
Охрененный поворот на самом-то деле. Я просто в шоке, блин. Шикардос, блин. Ну, правда, типа, закрутили. Лучше бы это был какой-то, типа, спокойный детектив в плане... Просто как кто-то злодей, кто-то кого-то накручивает. Охренеть просто. Может, она тоже демон? Так, хорошо, давайте теперь здесь пройдемся немного. Либо он врет нам, типа, еще один будет поворот в плане того, что он, типа, врет нам. Наверное. Ну, пока все складывается, пока, ну, так есть, как есть. Ну все же, блин. Что за етижи-пассатижи?
Oh no! No, Mother!
Louis, it was an accident, I'm sorry. I didn't have a choice. She attacked me. I didn't want to hurt her.
What happened?
I was on the wharf. It was dark. She seemed to be preparing to depart. I moved closer. I wanted us to talk, but as soon as she saw me, she threatened me. I wanted her to explain to me in her own words what had happened to Emma. I had to know what happened, Louis. You understand that, don't you? Is it really for him that you left me, Emily? That's pathetic. Look, he still doesn't get it for crying out loud.
Emma? Oh, the bitch. Bitch.
What? Louis, what's wrong with you?
No, you are not Emily.
Ah, that. It took you long enough to figure it out, though. Oh, I felt sorry for you when I saw you couldn't even recognize her, Louis. What do you expect? It wasn't my fault. Was it perhaps that night we spent together after the conference that persuaded you that I was worth more than her?
What?
Oh, you still don't get it. The night of the conference? It wasn't poor Emily who paid you a little visit in your room. Oh, she was much too busy with Monsieur Bonaparte.
No, that's not true.
It was me, of course. I assure you, you got something a whole lot better. And when I think she wasn't even armed when I arrived. Right. Take a moment to think and meet me at the manor later.
You're crazy.
Now, Louis, don't push it. I understand your grief, but I won't put up with that sort of talk from you or anybody. If he says one more word, I won't be around to satisfy any of his desires.
But you've lost your mind.
That's enough. That's not how you talk to a lady.
I'd like to be alone, madam.
That's all right. I'd rather that too. See you later, Louis.
Вот блин. Как так-то? Ну, типа, она еще не знает, что я демон. Ладно. Так, и одно очко куда-то мы закинем сейчас.
Rational and open. I spent my whole life swimming in lies.
Блин, ну ты серьезно, просто.
Waste. I feel like I know nothing. That I have to learn everything all over again. I'm a demon. I age more slowly. I can mentally manipulate people. I don't even know if it's a good thing or a curse. Frankly, I feel like I'm cursed. I hope I'll be able to control this new skill, otherwise my life will be hell. Damn it, what a mess. Come on, man up, Louis. I'm still the same old me. Demon or not, I'm still in charge of my actions. And this father, I know nothing about. Yes, I've still got a lot to learn. It's enough to drive you crazy. Everything I believed in, nothing holds true anymore. Pull yourself together, man. I need to find some answers. There's no way of being alone for a minute.
Так, хорошо.
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Lovely lectures Mortimer's giving to his guests. Very jolly.
Sir Gregory?
Good day, Louis. I think it would be good to talk. How are you feeling?
I don't know.
I understand. I heard that William spoke to you at last about our nature and our family. It's a good thing, but you must be a bit shaken up.
That's the least you can say.
I bid you welcome among us, Louis. Knowing William, he probably didn't go into any detail about our family, so if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask.
Is there a head of the family?
You'll see. You'll meet them all, of course, when you are ready. They created us and set out the rules, especially our father. As for our mother, she retired from the political stage. We don't see her much anymore. I think that all these questions simply bore her.
How many of us are there in the family?
We are
Ну, типа, тупая хрень насчет вот этой вот демонов и тому подобное.
What do you mean by brothers and sisters if we can change bodies?
You reason with logic. We have retained the human habit. When we first come into this world, we retain a certain attachment to our first envelope. If we are born as a man, we are brothers. If we are born as a woman, we are sisters. But I must admit, it has absolutely no real importance. They're just bodies.
Well, tell me then, are there any other families like ours?
There are officially 7, but we're the oldest and therefore the most powerful.
how long has our family been in existence?
We have been here since the very beginning.
What do you mean, exactly?
Are you trying to get information from me?
No, not at all. I was just wondering why that particular question seemed to disturb you.
Let us not insist, then. You yourself weren't very convinced by the question, it seems.
What's Lord Mortimer's problem?
I think he allows himself to be
Просто я думал, что мы
devoured by
спрашиваем,
need
типа,
for
независимо от того, он сам пришел, сказал и спрашивает.
More or less, but thinking about it, I believe that the birth of our latest sibling greatly accentuated his discomfort.
Do you think he's jealous?
I didn't realize you were so good at behavioral analysis. Indeed, William certainly is prone to jealousy. Finding one's place, notably in the eyes of our father, is not easy, and we each do what we can to succeed. But I can't justify this perpetual rebellion against our rules.
I see. There is still much to learn.
Yes, it's true. You've got some catching up to do, my boy. One thing you must understand, regarding any disagreements that might arise between William and myself, is his position with regard to mankind.
What do you mean?
Well, for centuries we've been trying to help, and therefore preserve humanity. Monarchies are simple and practical. They enable us to inspire humanity efficiently, and I can't understand why William wants to replace them with democracy.
But if your intention is not to dominate the human race, why not let them be master of their own destinies?
I perfectly understand this type of reaction from you, less from William. The main thing you're lacking is time. Man is transient, and one of his particularities is that he does not learn from the errors of...
Скорее всего, нужно без вебки стримить, потому что тут читаешь просто эти самые диалоги. Еще и половину закрывает, скорее всего.
If we weren't here to help them, guide them, I sincerely believe that humanity would have become extinct by now. We are eternal, Louis. When we plan ahead, we do it for the long term.
Yes, I understand, but that's more like tyranny, isn't it?
Well, it's all a question of your point of view. From man's point of view, I can understand how he would have that impression, if ever he found out. But don't forget your true nature. From the demon's point of view, in other words, ours, letting man do as he thinks fit would equate to letting him race to his own demise.
But what about man's freedom to choose?
That is man's worst enemy, Louis. Imagine a creature that dies without reaching the age of adulthood. It remains a child. We have to help him, otherwise he will put himself in danger. It has taken centuries for our family to establish relative peace between demons. Thanks to this policy, we have been able to decide everything by confining the other families to subordinate roles. And now William is obsessed with disrupting everything.
Peace between demons? What do you mean?
I'm not talking about conflicts within our family. If that was all there was, everything would be fine. But several other families, younger but nonetheless powerful, are trying to upset the balance. At present, we dominate most of the major countries around the globe. But some families are pushing, via less influential countries, to gain ground. Do you understand?
As best I can, yes.
When the time comes,
вот это, кстати, началось, типа, не очень интересно. Завернули, лучше под последний эпизод завернули это. Типа, и на этом закончились. Ну, типа...
Are you suggesting he might be in danger?
Well, Louis, our father's patience is not limitless. If William ever does go too far, then yes, he will be in danger.
Ну, типа, тупо как-то.
Now go and see your father, see what he has to say, and then think it over very carefully.
That's exactly what I intended to do. Thank you, Uncle.
Don't mention it. If I've been able to help you in any way, go now.
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Неинтересно, а к ней можно зайти? Нет, нельзя.
We have to talk.
I was just wondering.
Oh, what's she smiling for?
Right. I shall begin. It's going to be an awful lot for you to take in on just one day, but I must tell you that I'm a demon too.
Excuse me?
I know that you are too. Gregory told me everything during my convalescence. And that isn't all. I'm also Mortimer's daughter. You understand what that means, I hope.
That's right. I am a demon too. And I am your sister.
And we also slept together. But don't be too hard on yourself. It's a bit unnatural when you think about it, but then you couldn't know. This way at least, everything stays in the family. It's for the best. It mustn't prevent us from living out our affair in the open, however.
Our affair? Have you lost your mind?
I'm far too soft on you. I'll let you have everything, of course. So don't be nasty, if you don't mind.
Emma, it doesn't make sense. The mere thought makes me sick.
Shut up! You always have to ruin everything. But not this time, do you hear me? Best remain discreet for the time being. We shall go see Father later and tell him everything. Of course he'll be disappointed because he bet it would be Emily, I think.
Whoa. She is completely mad.
But I think he will be proud of me when all is said and done.
She's talking to herself. She can't even see me.
He loves me. Oh, he loves me not. Yes, we'll have to tell Father all about this. But I don't want to live on this
У нее
island.
кукушка поехала, что ли?
Too cold.
There's no point in insisting anymore.
I'm going, Emma.
Yes, I'll see you later. La 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 Louie. La la la.
Что это было? Типа какого хрена? Блин, ну я типа супер неудачник, черт подери.
Sur Jacques Perru? Dear Monsieur... All right. I've retrieved everything. Great. Honey.
Leave me, de Richet. I want nothing more to do with you. I'll have left within the hour, and I wish never to see you again for the rest of my life.
Почему я тебя типа от ошибки... Короче. Ну ты мудак. Вот что я ему скажу. Ну мудак он, чё.
Louis, busy as always, I see. How lucky you are. I must admit I'm trying to kill the boredom myself.
I get the impression we're all in the same boat.
And here I was thinking you might have some juicy gossip.
Me? No, nothing at all. And you?
I would like to be able to say yes, but it's been dead quiet. The only one with anything to say is Duke Manuel. But with that accent of his, I don't understand a word he says. It's exasperating.
Right. I've wasted enough time. I'll keep our conversation to myself, Mr. President. Anyway, I must be going now.
See you later, Louis.
See you later. Короче, как-то странно все. Чё?
Louis, I was sure you would stay. I'm proud of you. You have made the right choice. You must have been disappointed not to have been able to speak to Sarah one last time. I would have liked her to tell you herself.
Well, I guess I'll never know now.
Ну, игра нестандартная, в плане могло все по-другому получиться.
Sarah was my daughter.
What? But why didn't you tell me the truth about her?
I thought that might be too many truths to absorb at one time. I intended to tell you afterwards. You were in a hurry, so I made a decision. You've been able to understand and choose for yourself. How do you feel?
Hard to say. Confused about everything? I have to admit, it's been a lot to take in such a short amount of time.
What could be more normal? It may have been a bit brutal, but you've just grown up in a very short space of time. From now on, you can influence your own future. I will guide you. We've all the time we need.
You're not the first to make me that offer.
What do you mean by that?
Your brother, Sir Gregory.
Gregory. Why am I not even surprised? What did he say?
I've been given to understand that you have a difficult relationship with your father. Isn't that right?
Let's just say we don't see things the same way. I ended up finding out that there's a world outside the rules he has imposed on us.
It seems you find yourself in the same position that you've placed men. You were told what to do, what to think, and you found it unbearable. Imagine if humanity finds out you secretly direct them. How do you think they'd react?
Your analogy is not without substance. But that's where it ends. Man's main flaw is his willingness to forget and to make the same errors time and
Это да, тупые.
He can't help it. He is mortal. I don't impose anything on anyone. I'm just following my own path.
But where does it lead?
I suppose I should explain. For centuries now, demons have emerged in and around great leaders all over the world. But like true tyrants, they have governed with an iron fist in a studded glove.
That's the impression I get.
But you see, people's discontent is increasing, and they are too high up to hear it. They take themselves for gods. Sooner or later, the people will turn against us, just as they have in the past. Each time it's happened, many of us have died. We must master the humans, yes, but gently. And the best way of doing that is by allowing them a free choice, Louis.
You really are trying to liberate men?
Of course not entirely, no. It is easier to keep control over people who slumber than people who are oppressed. A man with nothing to lose is a dangerous man. Whereas if you give him a roof, food, and entertainment, he will do whatever you want. The best way of getting them to achieve something is to make them think it was their idea. For that, they have to feel as if they are free.
Hang on. What do you mean?
Look at the United States. From the start, I introduced an idea that will change everything. The idea that everything is possible. Everyone can become someone. Is there anything more beautiful?
You mean it's not true?
Man can move mountains when he believes it is in his own interest. And what nobler cause is there than his own freedom?
But that's completely immoral.
Immoral? Louis, you surprise me. Morality has nothing to do with it. Morality is a concept that we invented ourselves to domesticate man. Don't react like them. Can't you see? It's all within your grasp.
It's not very noble if you ask me, but maybe you invented that concept too. What will happen if I refuse to subjugate men?
It will come naturally to you, my son. But not with the aim of subjugation, but rather to create the best balance possible. You'll see. It comes to us all after a few centuries. I'm just trying to help you save some time. They are perishable, Louis. They come and they go. They are mere butterflies that take themselves for gods. If we give men the feeling that they are free, I am convinced that they will exceed their limits.
Короче, это
and it is
тупо.
only from that condition that humanity shall rise up.
But
Do you want to dominate or raise humanity higher?
I want it to advance. I want it to progress. Man is our vessel. If he progresses, then so do we. Wouldn't you like to know what we really are?
Who do you mean? Demons?
Yes, us. Our species. I've been searching for centuries, trying to find a way to explain the reason of our existence, but humanity has not yet evolved enough to make any progress on the subject. I am convinced that the sciences will bring that knowledge someday.
So, that's your objective, is it? To understand who we are?
Ну, в его словах есть доля правды, истины и тому подобное, но это, по-моему, бред, но...
I understand your goal, but the change you propose is not really a significant one. It is merely more smoke and mirrors.
You must understand that we directly depend on men. Consequently, we have to do our utmost to help them progress, and to prevent them from killing each other.
What proves that men are unable to evolve without our control?
Look at history. Every time man tries to act on his own, he creates more problems than solutions. You will understand better after a few centuries. Our family clings to its privileges and to the past, and that's how they are putting us in danger. The time has come for change. Now that you know your true nature, there are still a few things I need to teach you.
What do you mean exactly?
A new skill, and not the least, Louis. It's about taking control of a person.
I don't see how I could do that.
I shall help you the first time.
How do you do it?
It's an animal resonance. How it works is still a bit unclear even to us.
Like a wave or a sound?
That seems the most likely, yes. In my opinion, demons are capable of tuning their psychic frequency to that of others. That is why, for example, I tend to surround myself with deaf and dumb servants. The servants dressed in black. I infiltrated them. I opened a channel between them and me, and then I deprived them of speech and hearing. This way, no other demon can turn them against me.
Okay, let's not waste any more time.
I deduce that you're impatient to master what's in store for you. That is good.
На самом деле бред. Я говорил, лучше бы вот это вот под конец оставили.
The conference will come to a close shortly, as you know. Not that I'm fed up with archaic diplomacy, but it's time to ensure the success of this project. To make this happen, I would like Piaget to inform the Pope he has changed signs.
You're going to use your powers to alter the votes?
The real game is about to begin, Louis. Up till now, the guests have been sizing each other up. From now on, it's time for Gregory and myself to play, as well as you yourself. Now, here is my plan. I would like you to join His Eminence in his room.
Just play along. We'll see when the time comes. Very well. And then?
You're going to have to trust me. What we're going to do is painless for the human you are going to invade.
Invade?
Yes. You're going to enter his mind and take control. You're going to influence his actions and his psyche. Make him speak, then concentrate. You must focus on him in order to feel his thoughts. Then, while speaking, you must link with him. Once you're done, you will naturally find your way to the source and enter into his thoughts.
But what if I fail?
Trust in your instincts. You just have to let yourself go. You have the skill. Let your nature come to the fore. You'll see. If you fail, you'll be in for some light banter with His Eminence. That's all. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Very well.
Perfect. Go now. The Cardinal is in his room. You will have to write a letter to the Pope as if Piaget had written it himself. In this letter, tell the Pope that whatever happens during the conference, he must follow my propositions. But be careful.
А у меня будет выбор. Если у меня будет выбор, то в принципе...
The Pope had Piaget's hand tattooed with a symbol to be sure of his identity. You'll see when you're inside him. You'll understand. Once it's written up, just bring it back to me, and I'll send it off immediately.
All right, I'll take care of it.
Ну, пока у меня выбора нету, правильно? А почему я не могу отказаться? А? Так, такое себе что-то.
Monsieur Napoléon Bonaparte.
Странно.
Duchess Emily Hillsborough. Duke Manuel Godoy. Huh, that's me. Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Ладно, сейчас посмотрим. Ну, то есть пока...
Louis, what brings you back to my chambers?
May I sit down?
Of course, Louis. Don't you feel good?
Yes, but if I'm gonna pass inside you, I'd better sit myself down first. It's nothing, don't worry about it.
Well, what can I do for you?
Right. Now I need to concentrate. I wanted to speak to you, Your Eminence. What exactly is your role with regard to the Holy Father?
What? What on earth is he playing at?
It's coming. You're a cardinal in Pictori. Why don't you admit it?
Impertinent little brat. Louis, I don't find this conversation in very good taste.
All right, it's coming. Come on, Giuseppe, let me in.
What?
I've done it. I've done it, damn it. He was right. This is just crazy. I can't believe it. Look at yourself, Louis. You better not get caught. Whoa. I still need to get used to this body. So, let's see about what Mortimer asked me. Right. Well, it's time I got started. Let's see what I can find here to help me write that letter. I have no means to validate my forgery, so I better take my time with it and not make any mistakes. There are 2 letters from the Pope on the desk. I should be able to get a clue or 2 by checking how well they correspond to each other. And here are 3 stamps. All are different.
Давайте прочтем письма. Дорогой Джузеппе, здоровье не позволяет мне принять приглашение сэра Грегори и посетить собрание лорда Мортимера. Буду благодарен, если вы меня замените. Прошу, засвидетельствуйте мое почтение им обоим и передайте сэру Грегори, что мы исправно следуем его советам насчет нашего знакомого кардинала-епископа Кьярамонти. Полагаюсь на вас, да хранит вас Господь. Джованни Анджелика Браски. П.С. Прошу вас ставить печати с моим девизом вместо своей личной печати, когда пишете ко мне. 31-12-1792. ГЖ ГХФЖ. Дорогой Джузеппе, еще раз благодарю за то, что согласились представлять Ватикан лорда Мортимера. Надеюсь, ваше путешествие прошло хорошо, несмотря на то, что пришлось пересекать охваченную волнениями Францию. На вас возложена большая ответственность, мой друг. Да хранит вас Господь. Джованни Анджелика Браски. 17.01.1793.
Right. Well, let's start writing. Lord Mortimer asked me to discredit Sir Gregory and to announce Piaggi's final vote in his favor. As an introduction, Your Holiness, thank you for your trust. It turns out, now that I'm here, that I find Lord Mortimer's projects grant us many more advantages in comparison to what Sir Gregory had suggested. We are talking about the future of the Holy See. There. That should be enough to justify the change of vote. There's a kind of code composed of 6 letters that they always write under the dates of their correspondence. According to Mortimer, it's got something to do with Piaggi's tattoo. I guess I'll have to write one for today's date. Now, ideally, it'd be better to do without it, but I'm going to need to be extremely clever here. Today the date is 24/01/1793. In the letters from the Pope, there are 6 letters just below the date.
Да, как и
2 just
дата.
below the month, 4 others below the year. Piaggi's tattoo. It must be used to establish a connection between the letter of the concentric circle and the number shown in the middle. Some figures are the same in both codes, yet they correspond to different letters. The day is not translated. That must be the key to the code. Some figures are the same in both codes, yet they correspond to different letters. The day is not translated. That must be the key to the code. Today the date is 24/01/1793.
В смысле изменить последнюю букву? Двадцать четвертое А. Не понял. Смотри, у нас есть G 31. Не понял ни хрена. Так, смотри, у нас есть 31, правильно? 31 это G, и, ну, то есть 31. 17. H, HB, C, F. Девяносто второе. Чё не понял? Ах, собака, ну просто жесть. Сегодняшняя дата 24.01.17.93. Да, я тупой, типа. 31. G. Почему вот так вот взято? G, H. Это 3, это 10, это... Погоди, 31 это должно быть И, правильно? Но у нас оно G. Ничего не понял, короче.
In the letters from the Pope, there are 6 letters just below the date, 2 just below the month, 4 others below the year. Piaggi's tattoo. It must be used to establish a connection between the letter of the concentric circle and the number shown in
Месяцем,
the
а
middle.
остальные 4 под годом. А, ну да.
Some figures are the same in both codes, yet they correspond to different letters. The day is not translated. That must be the key to the code. Today the date is 24/01/1793.
Так, 01. 01. Где вообще 01? Где-то вот здесь вот. Я тупой, но это типа 12 часов, как, короче, скорее всего. Ну, ХБ, типа, ЕЭХ, это месяц. Почему ЕЭХ? Ну, типа, что вот тут вот должен быть, типа? Почему 01? А, Е. Это F. ЕЭХ. ХБ. Астрологическая какая-то штука. С, Ф. 9, 3. Правильно? Чё, не понял. А, 2. 3J. А, вот оно что. Типа... Нет, не понял. Ну, B это 7, типа, я понял. H что такое? Это 1? Какого черта это 1? Блин, я типа тупой. Я просто тупой, согласен.
In the letters from the Pope, there are 6 letters just below the date, 2 just below the month, 4 others below the year. Piaggi's tattoo. It must be used to establish a connection between the letter of the concentric circle and the number shown in the middle. Some figures are the same in both codes, yet they correspond to different letters. The day is not translated. That must be the key to the code.
День не зашифрован.
Today the date is 24/01/1793.
Так, смотри, хорошо. День, скорее всего, это смещение, ну, то есть 31. 31, что нам дает 31? Теперь 12. Хорошо, 17. Я не понимаю, какая здесь может быть зацепка. Я просто не понимаю. Ну, я типа тупой. Согласен. Так, у нас есть татушка, правильно? Боже, типа, какого черта здесь так сложно? Я не понимаю. Так, 17-е. Это у нас ЕХ. 17-е, хорошо. ХБ. Это половина ХБ. Да я типа тупой. Ну, типа...
In the letters from the Pope, there are 6 letters just below the date, 2 just below the month, 4 others below the year. Piaggi's tattoo. It must be used to establish a connection between the letter of the concentric circle and the numbers shown in the middle.
Да это я понял, что буквы типа совпадают с... Ну тут они разные типа. Какая закономерность между одним и вторым? Я не понимаю.
Some figures are the same in both codes, yet they correspond to different letters. The day is not translated. That must be the key to the code.
День не зашифрован. Должно быть, это и есть код загадки. А в чем прикол? День не зашифрован, зашифрован месяц и год. Правильно?
Some figures are the same in both codes, yet they correspond to different letters. The day is not translated. That must be the key to the code. Today the date is 24/01/1793.
Хорошо. 17. У нас есть 17, правильно? Ну что дает вот это вот нам? ГЖ. Боже, я типа сейчас просто посмотрю, потому что это, ну, для меня это тупая загадка. Я не вижу, где здесь зацепка есть. 17. Опять же таки. GH. Не понимаю. Я чего-то не вижу, я просто чего-то не вижу. Вот какая закономерность? 31 день, да? Окей, если типа мы берем за основу 31, что у нас еще получается? Ну, то есть, если бы мы здесь брали 17, да, EH, то 31 это было ИГ. ИГ вот этот вот. Но оно не ИГ. То есть, если бы оно похоже было на 17, 01. Что это такое вообще 01? Первый месяц, правильно? А какой первый месяц? Какой 12-й месяц? 12 месяцев. То есть это получается 12-й месяц должен быть не точно не GG. А если берут за 31 день 12-й, ну, то есть это уже не... То есть если берут день за 12-й месяц, да, то оно должно вот так вот идти. А тут 17-й, это типа первый месяц. В какую сторону? EH. Типа EH. 31-й. 12 месяцев. Ну, то есть, отчет какой из 12? Типа, вот это вот 12 или вот это вот 12? Какого черта, типа, 12? Вот это вот отчет. Почему вот этот вот отчет идет 12? Потом у нас получается 1. 1, 2. А здесь получается 0, 1. И получается, что 1, 7 у нас 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. И 3 у нас понял. То есть сегодня 24. За основу берем 0, 0, 1. Это получается АФ. Не понял. А где буквы? Во.
Today the date is 24/01/1793. Today the date is 24/01/1793.
24. Теперь у нас есть F. F.
Today the date is 24/01/1793.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, С.
Today the date is 24.
Да, пожалуйста, не повторяй, пожалуйста. Так, хорошо, дальше у нас получается 24, это 0, 1, правильно. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 это H.
Today the date is 24/01/1793.
И 3 это получается 1, 2, 3, G. Ну, J, вернее. 1, 2, 3.
Today is the 24/01/1793.
Еще раз проверяем. 24. 01 это АФ. 1F. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, С. 2, 9. И 1, 2, 3 это J. Выберите печать для письма. Прошу вас ставить печать с моим девизом вместо своей личной печати, когда пишете ко мне. Да хранит вас Господь. Вспомнили, что говорилось о печатах. Распростреть печать справа.
Piaggi once gave me a sealed letter. It had the same seal on it. I remember now. Giustizia, misericordia e umiltà. Boy, I got a brush. I think it's in Italian. Justice, mercy, and humility. Piaggi once gave me a sealed letter. It had the same seal on it. I remember now. In one of the letters, the Pope asked Piaggi to change and to stop using his personal stamp. He asked him to use the one with the Pope's motto on it. And I remember that. Flore in Domo Domini.
Что оно означает?
Must be in Latin.
Охренеть, я 2 очка запросил. Так, справа в центре.
On it is written, Flore in Domo Domini.
Во! Я уверен, что я сделал правильно. Если я что-то сделал неправильно, опять же таки говорю, идите в баню. Все я правильно сделал.
Your Eminence, all ready to send... What's he doing here?
Damn it. That's all I need.
Don't worry, he can't hear us.
What do you mean he can't hear us? What's going on here, Piaggi?
Calm down now. Monsieur de Richet came to see me because he was having anxiety attacks and wanted something to help him relax. I'm afraid I've been a little heavy-handed.
You can say that again.
I was about to fetch someone to take care of him. Would you care to go?
There he is, and there he stays. The perfect opportunity.
What do you mean?
It's been a while now that I've been hoping for a chance to get rid of him. Can you keep a secret?
Of course, my son. Would you like to tell me under the confidentiality of confession?
Ah, don't talk rubbish. I don't trust the little runt because he is Mortimer's son. Would you believe it?
How does he know?
Dear God, how is that possible? I am flabbergasted.
We've wasted enough time. What if he wakes up? If you don't want to get your hands dirty, just turn away and leave everything to me.
This is not a decision to be taken lightly.
You're defending him now.
What are you talking about? Of course not.
He's made you change sides, hasn't he?
I refuse to get involved. That's against the rules, for heaven's sake.
The rules? The consequences of the conference could well destabilize the world order. It's our duty to shelve Mortimer's project and to...
Я не понял, а в чем прикол?
Anything goes.
Monsieur von Von, I always act in the best interest of all. I assure you.
Everyone's entitled to an opinion.
You must have lost your mind to want to take such an extreme course of action.
No one's asking you to help me do it.
If you commit a murder, I will report you directly to King Frederick.
I fear nothing, imbecile. The king is my friend. He will never believe you. Listen carefully, Piaggi. If you say anything, you'll be the one they find dead in your bed. Huh? Now, just turn around and let me handle this.
Don't touch him! Out of my room!
I don't know what the two of you are up to.
Блин, ну черт подери, ну почему, типа, ладно, типа, я... Ладно, я объясню, почему я такие выборы делал. Потому что, ну, они были...
Right. Don't just stand there, Louis. Mortimer's waiting for you in the red salon.
Короче, типа, ну, блин. Мне не нравится, что дают такие варианты ответов. Ну, то есть, игра вроде бы как бы на разнообразие, но она на то, что мы ограничены тем, что у нас есть. Ну, типа, мы могли ответить, в моем присутствии никого не убивает, в моей комнате, типа, святое место, там, все дела, освященное, там. Ну, то есть, мы могли бы выкрутиться, мы бы нашли какой-то способ, если было это бы реальная штука, блин. Ну, короче, типа, ну, чё я... И мне не нравится, как это все переначали. Ну, то есть, круто, игра задавала ритм тем, что ты не понимала, что происходит. Она не отвечала тебе на все твои вопросы. Ты догадывался обо всем так, спонтанно. У тебя были какие-то теории там и тому подобное. Но я разочарован то, что мы, типа, вот сейчас наблюдаем. Тупо разочарован. Ну, то есть, почему нам не дали это в последний момент? Типа, чтобы мы вот этим вот не занимались. Вот это уже не интересно, я вот так вот вам скажу. Ну, типа, не совсем интересно.
So, Louis, what was your first time like? Bewildering, isn't it?
Here's your letter.
И почему мы согласились?
I have to admit that the experience was utterly amazing.
Come, tell me more.
Everything went as planned. I didn't encounter any particular difficulties.
Well done, you. On my first try, well, it took me 3 goes. But you did it. Gregory, what can I do for you?
I've just come to make sure dear Louis has all the information he needs.
Needs for what?
You are free to make your own choices, William. I would like the same for him, too.
There's nothing I want more, Gregory.
Your schemes will lead to your demise, brother. Don't involve Louis. He has nothing to do with all this. The end of the conference approaches, and this masquerade will soon be torn asunder. Don't drag him down with you in your disgrace.
Oh, ye of little faith.
On the contrary, brother, Louis has just entered the family. Give him a chance to find his place.
His place?
What place is that?
At the end of a leash, like all the others.
Don't listen to him. He's angry with our father.
And with good reason. He governs us in the same way he governs humanity. Through fear and submission.
Same old tune. When will you understand that it's necessary to impose order for things to move forward properly?
You are under his thumb and proud of it. Open your eyes.
Ладно, я пока без вебки посижу. Ну, то есть, во-первых, я читаю просто диалоги.
He will lead us to our demise.
Here he goes with another of his grand speeches. William has always been fond of staging big scenes. It's his theatrical side.
How dare you? You are blind, brother. Even if the evidence bit you on the nose, you still wouldn't see it. I feel sorry for you.
Tea is drunk hot or not at all, William. When will you learn? It's too bitter. You shouldn't let it brew so long.
I knew you'd be coming along. You are so predictable.
Methodical, I would say. Things must be accomplished in the right order if we want the world to keep turning as it does.
Whatever the consequences?
What do you mean?
Let's say it hardly leaves any room for free will. Now does it?
It's the adults' responsibility to provide education for their children, Louis. Our family only ensures, through its experience, that demons do not lose themselves in rash decision-making.
You see, Louis, Gregory came here to make you change your mind. It's time for things to change. I acknowledge Father has done many good things for humanity, but his time is over, and now he must pass on the torch.
That's enough. There, Louis. That's the pathetic example your father has to offer. I really am sorry about what happened to you. You don't know our family yet. We can't have given you a very good impression, but bear in mind that we are all against William's project.
On the contrary.
If he insists on going through with it, we will have no other choice than to intervene by force. Consequently, my dear Louis, you're going to have to choose sides. I would much rather have met you in different circumstances.
There you are, Louis. See what happens when you don't follow their orders to the letter.
Louis, I'm afraid the time to decide is now. If you follow William, he will drag you down with him. If, on the other hand, you support me, I can assure you that nothing will happen to you. You won't be blamed for your father's errors.
Ah, the masks are off. I offer you liberty. He obliges you to choose, and shamelessly asks you to betray your own father. That is their true face.
Right. Before I answer, well, I'd better think it over very carefully. Do I intend to embrace my demon nature and take my place on the chessboard? Do I stay out of it and do my utmost to stop them? Or do I renounce my nature and do all I can to stay human?
Я человек.
I was born a man. I grew up as such. Finding out that I'm a demon makes no difference. I refuse to let them manipulate humanity the way they do. They're gonna ask me to choose between them. I'll just have to go with the lesser evil of the two. But they better not count on me to keep my word. I'll bring them all down.
So? What do you choose, Louis?
I shall follow my father, Sir Gregory.
Very well. But don't say I didn't warn you.
Please, don't take offense, but I just can't turn my back on him. That said, if he turns his back on me, I won't be slow in sticking a dagger between his shoulder blades.
It's time we finished what we started, brother. The final vote of the conference over the acquisition.
Короче, это тупо. Ну, типа, поначалу было прикольно. Но вот это вот с демонами, ну, это так завернули, что просто жесть. Или в конце бы уже дали. Ну, типа, в 5-м эпизоде бы дали вот такую возможность. И персонаж бы просто перед выбором стал. А так, типа, мать умерла, Эмили умерла. Такое себе.
Do you really think we have a chance of winning?
A chance? You don't know me very well, Louis. We are going to win.
But it only takes one person to vote against us, and we'll have lost.
That's true. That's why none of them will. Why? Because I have an asset that they do not.
Which is?
You. My friends, prepare yourselves. The conference is about to resume. The time has come to lay down all our cards.
Ну, кстати, Папе Римскому письмо я все-таки отправил. Неудач меньше было, но все равно мне не нравится, как... Типа, я просто криворукожопый. Криворукожопый, вот так вот. Рукожопый я какой-то. Так, давайте распределим очки. 8 очков навыков. Это хорошо. Ну, типа, мне не нравится в то, что, ну, типа, то, что превратилась игра. Ну, то есть, такое себе. Так, ну на этом эпизод закончен. Следующий стрим будет, ну там часик буквально. Скорее всего будет Ведьмачок, третий Ведьмачок. Мне не нравится, как игра перетекла в что-то таинственное. Нам дали отгадку, ну типа посреди прохождения. Ну то есть я все же думал, что это игра про детектив какой-то, но на самом деле это про политику игра. И, ну, типа, демонов приплели. Ну, черт подери. Было бы прикольно, если бы под конец все это узнать. Ну, пускай мы, типа, от матери бы не узнали. Ну, то есть, вышли на причал и узнали, что это Эмма, а не Эмили. Ну, не узнали бы даже, да? То есть, она бы сказала вот то, что сказала, и все. Потом бы нами, типа, как бы манипулировали, но тут, типа, раскрыли карты и такое себе, короче. В общем, на сегодня с этой игрой достаточно, ну, то есть... Продолжим в нее играть уже завтра, типа, последний эпизод будет завтра. А сегодня мы еще поиграем в Ведьмака, поэтому как-то так. Сейчас я только себе, типа, сделаю немножко темнее. О, пускай будет так. Вот. Ну, типа, как что-то там понастраивал. В общем, ну, типа, поднастроил. Сегодня еще будет Ведьмак 3, я уже говорил. Будем дальше проходить. В понедельник мне на работу, поэтому я думал, если в понедельник мне не на работу, то Ведьмака, типа, будем в понедельник играть. Сегодня допроходим Ведьмака, завтра допроходим The Council, допроходим Silent Hill 2. И в дальнейшем, ну, типа, есть пару игр, которые я скачал, которые я уже почти установил, ну, то есть... погоди. Ну, короче, устанавливаю, скорее всего, завтра, потому что я пытался установить, одна не пошла, второй на ПК нет. Короче, ладно. Такой, разберемся. Ладно. Спасибо всем за внимание, всем удачной охоты, хорошего дня, хорошего настроения. Было круто, конечно, до какого-то момента игра держала в напряжении, было интересно, но тут какая-то белиберда пошла. Ну, не знаю, типа, поворот прикольный, но не в 4-м эпизоде, как бы. Ну, то есть, я уже представляю, что будет в 5-м. Просто бесконечный поток какой-то неинтересной штуки, типа, политической. Я думал, это будет что-то насчет детектива. Вот в детективном плане это была бы охрененная штука. Ну, у нас получается... Ну, то есть мы должны были ответить на загадку, почему мать, типа, вот убегала и тому подобное. Ну, теперь все ясно стало. Ну, то есть даже играть стало как-то неинтересно. Ну, то есть уже сидишь, читаешь диалоги и понимаешь, что то, что тебя тревожило, ты уже все знаешь. Ладно. В общем, спасибо за внимание. Всем удачной охоты, хорошего дня, хорошего настроения. Ведьмак 3 сегодня еще чуть попозже. Килос и лай, с Новым годом!